Gotcha.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hold on. Oh, yo,
Yo,
gotcha. I heard you the first time.
you you little rascal. We are recording, by the way. I started really early.
You know what? I'm gonna hijack the intro today.
Go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Switch. This is technically episode 3 of the season, and we are not just two guys speaking about nothing. We're two guys speaking about events, the Break Connect platform. And today, we have a very special designer's edition of the podcast because we are going to be giving our top 5 event flyers on Break Connect. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I didn't realize how many great flyers there are on there and how
this
many
was hard.
bad flyers there are on there. So,
Yeah, I think it's almost like a 50-50 split, to be honest, because I was, well, maybe like 60-40, 60 bad, 40 good. But there's also like this middle, because, okay, no. I think there's like a lot of really good flyers. There's like this middle ground of like decent flyers, and then there's like just these flyers are like, that's fine. I'm not, we're not discriminating, but obviously they weren't the best. But
I
I also, because I like when I was making my picks, I'm like, wow, this really is kind of illustrating what my preference is. Because there was a lot of consistency around my picks.
Dude, I just was about to say the same thing. I was just about to say, after making my picks, I realized that I have a preference of design style in flyers that I don't think I had before doing this list. So interesting. It's very interesting. You do you have an honorable mention, by the way, before we start? I mean, we're not going to go
I
into
have
it,
not.
but
Oh, do I have one?
yeah.
I mean, I have to because I have so many that I chose.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't even go as far as saying who we are. My name is Luis Prado, aka El Prad, the co-host of this episode and the social media guy for Break Connect. And on the other hand, we've got the CEO with the best mustache in the game. We've got Felix, best mustache in the
What's up?
game.
What's up,
I should
everyone?
shave after this. This is like an embarrassing matchup right here.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I would say I'm the co-host. I always feel like I'm the co-host of the Switch. I might be the founder of Break Connect, but I'm the co-host of the Switch.
Man,
Let's be
you
real.
know, I'm going to go ahead and say this because I think, well, we are going to talk about the events we've been to in the last month,
Yeah.
right? So, one of the events that I went to was Full Force Anniversary, and there I met a few people, and one of them was Baby Girl. I think we'd never met in person up
Mm.
until that event. So, I met her, and her man's was there, the one that she spoke about on the
Yeah, yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah. He's a cool
Yeah.
ass dude.
Yeah. And then she introduced me. She was like, "Oh, you know him. He does the
A1
podcast."
Supreme.
Right, but she
Yeah.
introduced me to him, and she was like, he's the one that does the podcast, and he was like, I thought that was Felix, and then I was like, well, it's also me, but I think primarily speaking, people see you as like the guy for Break Connect, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like your Robin, and you're Batman.
You're my Nightwing.
Ah, I love Nightwing. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
I think it's more like you're, yeah. You still got some stuff to learn, but fly, baby boy. Fly.
Nightwing. Yo, by the way, we have to do like co superhero costumes one day, rank rank a list of that because like their Nightwing is up there for me, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Um, all right. How are you, man?
Good, good. Tired, busy. Yeah, man, all the above. Just like trying to get all these features designed and built out, and I have so many ideas in my head. And it's one of those things where time is money, and
Mm,
money is hard to come by.
real talk. Real talk. Um, I mean, people, by the time this comes out, people have already seen the payments video that we're going to
Yeah,
release. Um, I think it's a good time to kind of talk a little bit about payments because all in all, the casual event goer, like your typical, top eight, top four competitor at a jam, they might not think twice about something like payments. But
yeah.
for myself, for someone like Baby Girl, for someone like Prevail, people that are involved in the event curating space, payments is a big deal because it's not just facilitating the day of event process, it also kind of allows us to keep our metrics all in one place. Now we can see like the amount of competitors that we had. We can see the payments that we received. We can make sure that we can literally look at competitors. Okay, we just called up Hoorah, and I can also see that he paid. Like that's kind of like a crazy all-in-one hub at your fingertips. I don't know why I did that. What was that? I was like rubbing my
I mean, because
phone.
it's everything's mobile first these days. That's why. Which which payments is very mobile friendly, and when the app comes out, it'll be mobile first. But yeah, man, no, payments is right now kind of one of those things where I just got to get it across the finish line, you know. But I'm excited for the features that it's going to come out with. Like, the first one is you'll be able to assign tickets to your Breakneck profile. So let's say you're buying tickets for you and your kids, right? If there's multiple kids, you could buy those tickets and then assign them to the kids' profiles later, or somebody else's profile, or just assign them to an email. And then when they get checked in, we have a QR code scanner that you'll be able to access as an admin of an event. And as soon as that ticket gets scanned, they're checked in. That's it. There's no more check-in button. There's no more like I can check myself in. No, you ticket gets scanned, checked in. And if you need to
Boom.
someone check someone in, there's a button for you too. Like if you decide not to use the QR code scanner for any reason. But yeah, man. And it lets you know like the ticket
Boom.
that they have. It lets you know what battle they're assigned to. So it has like all that tracked for you.
And we've talked about it before. I don't think it was part of your payments video, but I think it's important to note. Uh, this is now going to open up the ability to do like early bird pricing and
Early
uh,
bird pricing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a
tiered.
video about that too.
Yeah, yeah,
Different
and we,
tiers.
yeah, exactly. We want to make sure that as if, there's I could go on and on about this, but I'm gonna bake it into a nice little verbal banana bread. When you are an event promoter and sometimes you're like, hey, if I do early bird, I can provide some perks while also kind of starting to secure my audience a little bit. And people like saving money. And sometimes early bird is a little bit hard to do when you're like, yo, send me a Venmo. And so, it feels a little like under the table-y. But when you do it through Break Connect, I feel like it adds a little legitimacy to what you're doing. And people are already familiar with Break Connect in our scene, so you don't have to go to like Eventbrite to do something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll be able to do early bird pricing, discount codes. Um, so that'll be good.
The next event I
Uh,
do, the promo code will be Alprot sucks for 10% off your ticket. So just letting everybody know right now.
Prod sucks, all caps.
By the way, you have my Lprod sucks test profile as my Patreon profile on the patrons tab. So it's so
That's
funny.
the email that's associated with it, fool.
Ah, that's my fault. Hey, I guess I didn't know that I could merge my profiles,
You
right?
can.
Yeah,
You
I
can.
didn't
I
do it.
can. Yeah.
It is what it
Um,
is. But hey, payments is a great new feature. The app, again, these are the two big ones that we're talking about this year that we're going to really push for. Um, and there's a lot of events that are happening this summer that I think will be able to take full advantage of the payment system, including 4th of July Volume 4.
yeah. And that one's going to be dope because the other thing you can do with payments is you can actually attach to battles.
Mm,
So, for example, with 4th of July, if you want to compete, you have to buy a ticket,
yeah.
right? And if you want to compete in more than one battle, it might cost more, right? I think
Yes,
that's how you guys
correct.
did it.
Yeah,
So
correct.
you could basically say, if you buy this ticket, you'll be able to compete in one battle and it'll lock it in. So you'll be able to register for all the battles you want, but if you don't have the right ticket, it won't actually let you check into that battle.
I'm hype about this. I think other event promoters should also be hype about it because not everybody does what we do in that regard. But I mean, that park is expensive and we do got to pay for it somehow. But it would be really cool to see something like freestyle session, right? Do it through Break Connect because they do like, oh, if you book it 3 months out, you get it for like $60, and then like 2 months out is $70. So I'd like to see them use that functionality. I'm calling out Cross One, past guest of the podcast, to do it.
Yeah,
This is the Break Connect Payments Challenge. Just kidding. But yeah, it'd be cool to see what it looks like. There's a lot of potential there. And when it comes out on the app, dude, game game changer. Literally. Game
game changer.
changer.
Ooh, ooh. Well, I mean, the other thing that I'm super excited about that comes with payments is that, I always made a promise that a portion of the BreakConnect profits would be used to sponsor events on BreakConnect. This is going to be my way of actually making that happen. So the goal is, when payments launches and it starts getting used, the first $1,000 that BreakConnect makes through payments will be used to sponsor an event on BreakConnect. And
I
not
love
like
that.
game changer, but like an event. We'll figure out which one. But yeah, that's the
Well,
goal.
crowd vote it. Crowd vote
We could
whoever, you
totally
know
do
what I
that.
mean?
Patreon subscribers could help us figure it out.
I hope they do. I really hope they do. Um, we've been through a few events this past couple 4 weeks, right? 3 weeks
Yeah.
even. You went to
Yeah.
one in New York. I went to
We've
two.
been to.
Um, you want to go chronologically? Should we
Yeah. I
review these
think
events in real time?
I'd be down to do that.
Let's do
I'd be
it.
down to do that. Yeah.
Let's do
So,
it.
I went to New York Collective. I think it was volume two or volume three.
Three.
Three. Yeah. It was a very snowy day. And I made it out, and it was a kids event. And I was so happy to be there. So many kids. Like, I love the New York Collective guys. I love what they're doing for the scene in New York. They're really cultivating a positive and safe environment for parents, for kids, for everyone to come out and have a good time. There's still that competitive spirit that I see in these children, and it's so dope to like just see, like, you watch them grow over time and you watch them improve and the dance, and they grow up to be like little human people with ideas and thoughts, and it's dope, and it's dope to see how many more kids there were this year than there was last year.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, yeah, there's like consistent growth, which only helps the scene, which only helps the break culture grow.
Facts.
So I'm excited for that. And it was cool, man. It was really fun. Like, they explained the system to the parents, to the kids. And I think, well, this was in the video that I did, the recap, but one of my favorite parts of the event was that Jay Series said, "Who's battling for the first time today?" And all these little kids shot up, like shot their hands up. And I was like, oh,
The
it,
effect.
it was so cool. It was very, very cool.
That's tight. How was the battles
Battles
as a
were like
spectator?
actually kind of heated, not heated in the same sense as maybe different events, but
Mhm.
heated in the sense that like these kids wanted to win, you know? Like, you see and it's even more fun and more exciting because they've been training for this. You're a little kid and you're training and you're practicing and you finally get to be in a place where you get to show this off and see how you compete against other children,
Mhm.
your age. And I think that's very different than when you've been doing this a lot and you go to the same event and you see the same people. And of course they kill it, but there's like this expectation. And when you see these kids, you don't have an expectation. You don't know what they're going to do. So there's always these surprises that happen. And you're like, oh, didn't expect that to happen. Didn't expect them to do that. That was pretty good.
They
And
grow faster than you can think, or faster than you see, I guess. Because like from
yeah.
one jam to the next, kids just have like the craziest new combos.
And the other thing is you start kind of also seeing, oh, this kid's going to be nasty. Like, they're, oof, you're gonna watch out for this one. So,
Pennywise. I remember that guy
I
still.
mean, Pennywise, June Ski, I think her name is Baby J. There's like a lot. Like I was watching like Baby J. I think she's in Dynamic Rocker. She was doing swipes to flares. And I
Mm,
was like, that's
mm.
pretty impressive, you know? And
That
she was
that's
like
hard to do.
comboing it. It's very hard to do. So there was a lot of kids like that. This kid Yugi from Dynamic Rockers as well. Like, yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, the Near Collective guys, like as individual schools, they're cultivating some really good kids. As a collective, they're cultivating a great environment. It's just creating growth.
Hell yeah. Um, what who was spinning?
Oh, oh my God. We got to cut this out because I don't want to forget his name. A he spun at my jam too. AS1 and
SC1.
SC1. Okay, that part where I was like the name, I'm gonna cut that out.
So who was
But
spinning?
okay, you gotta tell me one more time. What was his name?
SC1.
Okay, ask me again.
All right. So who was spinning?
SC1. Yeah,
Fire.
SC1
Fire.
was spinning, did a dope ass job. I'm hold on. I don't think he was the only one though. Let me confirm. Thank you, Break Connect.
Shout out to Break Connect. You can just list everybody on there. Your whole entire talent lineup just gets credit for being part of the event. Love it. We don't hear enough praise about the features of Break Connect, to be honest with you.
Nope, it was just SC1. Okay, we
Oh,
can also cut that part out. But yeah,
excellent.
SC1 did a badass job. He killed it. He does he you always kills it actually, so not surprised. And still delighted. And you're frozen.
I froze for a little bit. I'm back though.
For a little bit, yeah.
Am I back?
Okay. And we're back. Okay.
We're so
And
back.
you were at Full Force anniversary, 31 years, I believe.
31 beautiful years of full force.
And I remember when I was 31. I was still young, bro. Still young.
I'm still not even 30 yet. So on the way. So
Um,
Full Force Anniversary was fun. It was in Vegas. When people think of Full Force Anniversary, I think they always think like, top of the line talent, probably a stacked competition, and like the craziest amount of uh, Red Bull consuming you've ever heard of, because there's a lot of Red Bull at these events. Um, this one is organized by Ronnie and the Vegas Full Force Squad, and it was a great time. I was out there, admittedly, as a host, one of the MCs for the evening, so I had a different experience than your casual attendee, but it was a blast, man. Like it was a 5v5 this year, which was cool. It's always nice to watch crew battles, especially when it's real crews. Oh, that's so good. For those of you that want just like a little sneak preview, you should watch Knucklehead Zoo versus Vicious by Nature. That battle was fire.
mhm.
Um, it was Gravity, his brother Be Easy, I believe, Melissa, and then B Girl Machina, who's like 15, and then Bam Bam, who's like also 14.
Yeah.
And it was versus the Dis, Babalu, A Plus, For Real, and Gokaido. So it was like a mix of different ages on
Yeah,
both
that's
sides,
generations right there.
generations. And on top of that, I think Gravity said it best, like on the side after everything was over. He was like, a lot of b-boys of like our age and stature, like they don't really want to take the risk of battling with kids because it's like they want to win. But the difference is like when you're a real crew, like you trust those kids with the same amount of trust that you would trust someone your own age because you know what they're capable of and they have that trust. You develop that over time. And I was like, dude,
Mhm.
that's beautiful because that's true. There was a lot of super crews at this full force event, which that's neither here nor there. I don't prefer it, but at the end of the day, I understand. A lot of money's on the line. Why not? Go for it. Team up with the best guys you
Yeah.
know. But it was a great event. It was at the Ahern Hotel. They kind of section off the first floor of that building, and there's like four different cipher floors. There's like 20 different sponsor tables laid out. There's a bar somewhere. There's a little pizza spot in the corner. You could do a little photo booth photo. And the floor is massive. Ronnie always gets like a 14 by 14 floor for some reason, which is
Well,
great.
you gotta have the biggest floor.
You gotta have the biggest
You
floor. If we
know
were
what they say.
crowning, say it.
I go big or go Vegas. I don't know.
I was gonna say if we were giving awards, yearly awards for the biggest floor, I think Full Force Anniversary would win like every year, dude. Biggest floor.
Yeah,
Um, but anyways, it was great. I had a blast. The exhibition was Suki versus Grom, both high level talents. You know, they got this is like a Red Bull sponsored exhibition, so it was a banger, of course.
yeah,
Um, we had three DJs. Shout out to JDHD, Busy Beats, and of course Presto One. And then I got to co-host with MP Art and Ivan, the urban action figure, legendary guy right there. So it was just like beautiful chaos, I would say. It was a great time. MZK won. You can't escape the MZK knife, as I would say. You know, they've got hitters everywhere, worldwide. And
worldwide.
they put out like it was like Ali, Mighty Jim. That was so,
I didn't know
so
he was in
dude, did not
MZK.
know. I was so surprised to even see him. He's really tall, by the way. I'm 6'2". He was taller than me. Oh, maybe like a little bit taller. Maybe he was like 6'3". But he's like bigger than I am muscle wise, you
Yeah.
know? He's a specimen. Fuck monster. He was just throwing air flares out there. And I just, as I was watching it, I was like, yo, that's got to be like 210 pounds of muscle just flying in the air. It's nuts. And then you had
Uh,
Prevail and
yeah,
Calmius.
Prevail. Reppin'
Oh,
Prevail, Calmius.
Prevail, Calmius, Ali, Mighty Jim, and Denver. That was the squad.
Denver? He's
Denver.
also my Zulu Kings.
The kid?
He was
Denver?
there. He was there. Yeah, I remember Denver was there. I'm frozen. I'm so frozen.
You're frozen,
Can
but
you
your
hear me?
audio is coming across.
That's crazy. This is my face right now. Ugh.
You look very like concerned that Denver was on the squad.
Hold on. What?
Oh, we've lost him. We have lost him. He's back. Your audio's gone though.
Pretty
Your aud
strong ass squad.
massive, massive squad.
Yeah.
It was it was good. It was good to see them. I like seeing MZK battle because it's just like
Yeah.
it
It's
feels
still MZK.
almost
Like they just
yeah.
happen to have a really great squad. Um,
It's funny though, because when you think about it, they could put out like the craziest squad because you almost forget like who all is on MZK. But like it could have they could have swapped out, you know, anybody for Mace or anybody for Weapon X or anybody for who else is MZK?
Alien
Kate,
S.
Alien S, you know. I'm well, Alien S is MZK. I don't know if he would have won in that context, but you know, he is MZK. So that was fun. That was a good jam. I would give that like a B plus. That was a B plus event. It was
Oh,
very long.
I didn't know you were
I
doing grades.
I'll do grades. I'll do grades. It's my cruise jam. I'll be honest. It was a B plus. I hate jams that have three categories because you're there all day.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? But you know, actually, I will say one other thing that I just realized this weekend that was like my pet peeve. I hate when people enter multiple categories at a jam and they do like the same rounds in each of these categories. I'm like, dude, if you just came here to do one round, pick one category. Don't do it in multiple categories and then not pass prelims in both. That's embarrassing. But, you know, that's how you know I'm really about to hit 30. I'm in my like I'm starting to get like the old head like rant bug crawling into my head because I was like, what are we doing? There's 60 prelims here. And I saw this guy already in another category, and he did the same thing in the other category. And that includes kids too. Kids do it all the time. I don't understand. There's a 15 and under category, and you're not passing prelims with other 15-year-olds. Why are you entering an adult category where you're not going to pass prelims against grown adults? Doesn't make sense to me. But Hey, I love the youth.
The youths. Yeah, man. And your hosting talents were used again at Claim to Fame. Did you compete at Claim to Fame? Because there's a video of you getting down. I wasn't sure if that was you just like being like, I also break, or
Dude,
was it
okay.
just or were you
So
like
speaking of
like
jams with three categories, see, Claim to Fame kind of has like a little bit of a pass in my eyes because it's like open styles, then it's like college students, boom, college, and then like 1v1 open. They just so happen to do it in Southern California where there's like a lot of one like individual breakers that maybe don't leave the area, but would come out to any event that happens there. So they get a lot of like true like local Long Beach slash LA slash Orange County people that go there. So just by like the roll of the dice, all those categories have a lot of prelims. But the event was great. They always do a really good job of working as a team because it's not a one person led organization or anything. Like they have a collective of um it's like a board, right? They have a board of directors, I suppose, and they kind of all manage everything cohesively. They take care of their talent very well. This is my second year hosting it, third year working it. The first year I was a judge, and they always provide food. They always make sure that you're good. The vendors are great. Music is great. Root was spinning. I did have to throw around because Kate from MZK, connecting the dots here, she did her judges showcase and her nails popped off. Like her actual nails popped off. Like, yeah. So she was bleeding, got to get bandaged in the back. Yeah. Nails popped off, had to get bandaged in the back. But I didn't know this. I thought she was just like, she just stepped away. So I was up there plugging away, making announcement after announcement after announcement, like, clean up the trash. This is where the bathroom's at. Support your vendors. These are some events you should go to. And I was like, dude, it's
bro,
been like 10
her
minutes.
nails popped off? Like how
Yeah. Well,
many?
because
Just
she
one?
had fake nails on top of a real nail, and the fake nail popped off, but it took the real nail with it on two fingers, I believe. It was like these two.
You
So
know, when they shoot torture scenes in movies,
yeah,
one of the ways they
yeah, they do a
torture is
lot
by
of
pulling off your nail. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so she was in pain, she was bleeding, and again I didn't know this, so I was just like rambling on the mic,
Bet she was
and I was
like
like,
mad stoic about it because she's like Eastern European. She's like, my nail broke off. Ouch.
well, I don't know how she was because they had a back area, so I didn't see her, and then the other two judges were just there, and I was like, dude, we're already behind, we have to get started, and I was just looking around, and I ran out of things to say already, and then I remember saying like, yo, do we have an update on Kate? And nobody was updating me, and then someone was like, yo, you should throw a round, and I was like,
Did
me?
Ryan say that? Because he was on the mic.
No, dude, it was I know you two were both around at the time. I don't know if you remember him. Do you remember Dominic Holmes?
Black dude?
Yes. He
Did
would
he start
record
rapping?
battles. No, he would record battles and he would be
Oh yeah, I
like
know Dom. I
Dominic
know
Holmes.
Dominic. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Dude,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
popped
Yes.
out and he's been
He
kind of away from the scene for a while. So it was like, yo, Dominic Holmes is asking me to throw around, who I haven't seen
you
in like
gotta
five
throw around.
years.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
throw
I remember
around.
Dominic Thomas.
And Root, Root is always ready. He like previewed the track that he had for me because he knows my favorite tracks, right? So he was like, he played it, and I was like, ah, this asshole, he already knows what I want to dance to. And then naturally, like people started like throw around, throw around. So I was like, all right, I'll throw around. So I did, and then I gave the mic to Jared, uh, Kojak
Oh, it was
Unbound.
Jared, not Ryan.
No,
No,
Ryan was
okay.
competing, so he was like in the wings waiting to go next. But yeah, Kojak was there, gave him the mic, did a round. It was a pretty good round considering I had no warm up. And then Kate came like 3 minutes after that. Um, but all in all, great venue. It was like at a skate shop. It ran a bit late, but I think it was worth it. All three final battles were hype as hell. If you get a
Yeah.
chance, check them out on B-Boy Network. Open Styles one was my favorite. It was absolutely nuts, banana. Um, yeah,
Pause.
I'd give that a B. No pause. Banana bread. Banana bread. I'd give that a B plus as well. And I hope they hire me back next year because I always have a blast.
I hope they hire you back too. Yeah. No, that's what's up. I was actually just following along on Break Connect, kind of like watching the brackets and the scores and stuff because I
They were
always,
updating it in
yeah.
real time.
Yeah. Oh man, look at this girl. My wife just made us dinner. She's
Mm,
amazing. Baby, was it with
mm.
chicken thighs? Oh, so okay, we're gonna cut this part later. Baby, the chicken thighs are in the sink.
I thought you already ate. I'm sorry.
I haven't eaten yet.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought you already ate.
So what did you make?
Kimchi fried rice. And I just put curd on it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, disappointing you.
We're getting a divorce.
What even cooking for you? It's good
All
for
over
me.
some chicken thighs. Um,
Anyways, yeah.
so yeah, it was a blast. I honestly no notes on these two events other than three categories is just not my favorite, so it's a really long process. But that's really all that was holding them from breaking into the A ranking. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's what's up. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Should
All
we look
right.
ahead
So
into, well, when this comes out, it'll be like late February. So should we look into March? Let's
March
look into
event?
March. Let's look into March events. Let's preview what's going on in March. Oh, there's a few actually. There's three. As of now, there's three.
Yeah, we got the fresh breakdown in
Shout out
Jersey.
to Lisa B.
We got She Got the Moves.
Shout out to Mel
That's
and High Level Dance Society.
and then Ray Lu's birthday jam in
Sh
Florida.
Shout out to Ray Lou.
Shout out
Um,
to Ray Lu. Shout out to Bay Rockers.
I will be at She Got the Move, so you can expect another Break Connect little review video there. I still got to finish doing mine for Claim to Fame, but it's coming.
Nice, nice, nice. I may be at Style Autumn 4, which is actually this weekend, I believe.
Oh,
No.
oh yeah,
Yes.
it is this weekend. It's Sunday.
Oh, man, Sunday. Oh, that's hard. So maybe not. We'll see. No promises.
No promises. Yeah,
Rise, if you don't
indeed.
see me there and you watch this, I'm sorry. But if you do
Uh,
see me there and you watch this,
you're welcome.
well,
Just kidding. Shout out to Rise, man. He's been doing a good job with those kids.
hell yeah.
Um, so if
Really-
you've made it this far, I feel like you're now in for a treat.
Yeah.
We've got a ranking to get to.
Okay. I took
Um,
pictures.
oh, okay, so that's what I was gonna ask you too. Are we gonna show them like picture wise? Because I have them open as tabs on my computer, and I was just gonna share screen.
Um,
I
Let
mean,
me see if I'm gonna try to do something real quick. Hopefully, may or may not work.
okay, while you do that, I'll explain a little bit of why this is interesting. In the last episode that Felix and I did, just ourselves, we talked about how we should do this, and I think it's really interesting because I up until this point now, I've designed a lot of event flyers, so I don't want to call myself like a designer necessarily, but I do a lot of design work. Felix is a designer by trade, and that's like his day job. And we create stuff visually, and it's nice to know that we can appreciate this maybe a lot of people don't necessarily think about on a regular basis. Um, and I'm very curious to know because just through working with Felix, I think we have a lot of similar, like overlapping things that we like in visuals, but at the same time, I think it's different. Like Felix likes some things that are different than I like. So I'm very curious to know what his top five are versus what my top five are. And I'm going to go ahead and lay a prediction that we're going to have at least one of our top fives overlapping.
See.
I'll be bold and I'll say I think, including honorable mentions, I think we'll have two overlapping.
Wow. Wow. So we're gonna like share my screen, share the screens, what's going on? How are we gonna do this?
I want to no rock, paper, scissors this time. I'll start first. I'll do honorable mention first. Let me share my screen. Okay. So honorable mention, uh the I'll just share it first and then I'll explain. So this is the NSA Summer Jam from 2022, honorable mention. And there's a few things I like about this. As you can see here, it's Dragon Ball Z themed. And I'm a sucker for comics. I love comics. I've read a lot of comics in my day. This is obviously manga. And I appreciate the fact that they turned what I believe is to be an authentic like page from a Dragon Ball Z manga comic, and they incorporated the elements of their event into it. You know, they did this fusion dance, Piccolo and Goku as a 2v2 breaking battle. In the middle is the four $600. There you have Trunks and Gohan over here, you know, talking, and it says $10 to battle. I thought it was very clever. There are not a lot of original design work went into it, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these elements were already created, you just had to plug and play. But I'd never seen something like this before, so I really liked looking at it. But it is just my honorable mention. So this is the sixth spot on my list. And also, I love blue and orange anything as a color scheme, not just because I work for Break Connect, but just before that, blue and orange is so clean. I don't know. So shout out to NSA Summer Jam from 2022. Uh, great flyer. That's my honorable mention.
Nice. Nice, nice,
Now,
nice, nice, nice.
now I need your honorable
Um,
mention.
okay, my honorable mention. So, uh, this was tough because there was a lot that I liked. I'm gonna pick this as an honorable mention because it kind of like got beat out by some other ones where that style was just what I preferred, but I really
Hmm.
appreciated what, I don't, so it was Smoked in Ohio 8. I thought this was so clever. I thought this was so fun. You got like this like wizard dude like DJing, and then there's people and it's almost kind of like this little uh what's the word I'm looking for? Like a treasure hunt of little things that you find the more you look at it. But
Yeah,
like the typography, it's a little abstract, it's not very traditional, conventional, but it still works. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was kind of cute.
yeah.
Um,
It's unique and it
it's
catches
very
your eye
unique.
because it's so abstract.
Yeah, and the illustration piece works really well. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it makes like now that I've been to a Smoked in Ohio, it makes sense.
Yeah, I would say so. Yes. I also really like the 8 ball pulling the plug on the
Yeah,
on the controller. I think that's fire. I don't know who designed it, but shout out to that person. They did a really good job.
yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So now we're going into our official top five.
Yep.
Okay. I think well, okay, my fifth one is not necessarily going to speak much on my futures, but I really like this one just from the uh perspective of someone that has never been to this event, but I think just from looking at it, I think I can get a lot from it. Um, so this is my fifth option right here. The Elements Volume 3, this took place in 2024.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they did a really good job. First of all, immediate props for formatting it in a one-to-one ratio here. It's a square cut, and a lot of people forget the Break Connect is just squares. So as a lot of these flyers you'll see were meant to be longer, but they got cut into squares. But this one, all square. They specifically did this for Break Connect. Um, and first of all, love the colors. Love the colors here. Very clean. You go with a very clean color palette. But on top of that, it's clean and like not clean at the same time. That's why I really like it. It's uniform where it needs to be, but then like the hip hop side of it adds that grittiness that I'm looking for in a flyer, which I realize after picking my five, I like a little bit of a gritty flyer. The paint splatter effect is cool. I really like this. They're like, are they ninjas? It looks like the Samurai Champloo type art. for these characters representing the four elements of hip hop. I thought that was really fire. And then I like how this, like the DJ, which is down here, is dropping the vinyls, and
Mhm.
then all the DJ related information is falling with the vinyls themselves. So it's like DJs, Scheme Richards. I'm assuming it's the GQ collective of DJs. Deep Crates. It's really, I thought that was really cool. And yeah, I've never been to this event, but this flyer makes me want to go to this event. And I'd assume, I would hope, this is the Charleston, South Carolina skyline lining the top here. So great job to whoever did this. Who's the organizer? Oh, Carolina's Dance Committee and Tahoe, I suppose. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Okay, so I'm picking my
Fifth
Cinco,
option.
fifth option. This is okay. So I'm kind of tied. My fifth option is a tie, but it's kind of done by the same person. Anyways, so Royal Collective. I just think this was
Nice.
is so clean, and like the campaign behind this, like there was like this whole motion strategy that Prevail did, where there was like this video that happened. He does a really good job of incorporating motion and video into the flyer, but it's just a clean layout, really well put together. And for me, that's really important more than anything. I love
Hmm.
the typography. I love the use of the logos. This is also the flyer for for the event of a different time. Again, like really big typography like that for me, it's doing a lot with a little. Like you don't need to go like super hard. But I think again, the typography that he uses, um, really
Wait, is
kind
this
of
your fifth and fourth?
well, this is a tie for fifth,
Okay, tie for fifth. Well, I guess it
but
counts because it's like the same event.
it's the same event, just different times
Yes. Okay. I'll
and the
count
same
it. Yeah, yeah.
designer. So this is my number five. I'll say
Nice.
that.
I like it. I like the use of I think that's a dancer in the back with like the
Yeah,
wire
yeah, like
art.
that, like the line, the wire art. It just like it works really well. Like the neon green, you know, it's like psh, it uses it in only like two places, but it does a great job of like filling the space.
Yeah, and again, square. Made it a square specifically for Break
It
Connect.
fits. It fits.
You gotta love it. All right. That's a solid fifth pick. Um, man, okay. This is my fourth pick. And I this is actually this style is gonna pop up again on my list. I think this is just a trendy style for those that are like in college right now, from what I've been able to gather based on flyers that have been distributed.
Hmm.
It's like a threshold and like almost like halftone style. I think as soon as you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this flyer is for Capture the Breaker Volume 9, 2024. Obviously the theme here is that they do the Pokemon style battles, and they've encapsulated that very well. They use the Pokemon frame, like the text frame from when you played the Game Boy games, and obviously Capture the Breaker here. I like how they were able to do that better, so it was cool seeing that. And again, like the
You
health
froze a little
bars.
bit.
Oh,
You froze a little bit.
I froze. I was just saying that. Ah, I see it. That unstable internet connection. I gotta talk to Spectrum, man. I was just saying that I like that they incorporated their sponsor logos without taking away from the flyer too much.
Hmm.
Um, I love the health bars here. Very nice. I like that they didn't just like copy four health bars and then duplicate it and just put on the opposite side. They actually took the time to like make them varying levels of health.
Yeah.
Uh, and then again, like this, it's like a threshold halftone style
Halftone.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, um, it's really cool. It's really cool. I think I know who designed this, but I'm not for sure certain that they designed this one, but I am for sure certain they designed one that's later on my list. but I liked it. It captures that it's a breaking event with this little, action bubble here, but they kept it like Pokemon themed, and I those are two of my passions as a human being, so they get a spot on my list. Shout out to Henry. That's how I would read that name on the organizer list. So yeah, thanks, Henry. Thank you for that.
Okay. Funny that you picked that one because that's actually in my top five, but not number four. Number four,
I told you we're gonna overlap.
Unbreakable.
No,
Unbreakable
oh,
4.
dude, that was gonna be on my list too, but okay, go for it. Explain.
Don Love, the
My
GOAT.
goat,
So
my goat.
this had to be
Yes.
on my list. He has a very distinct style,
Hmm.
and I just thought this was great. Like, unfortunately, like it does get cut off down here. So that's why he's not higher on the list, but I think they still deserve to be on the list. He does a good job of grabbing photography. It's like really, really clean with the way he cuts it out. Attention to detail, having like the shadow exist under the body, that's not an accident. That doesn't just happen. You intentionally make that happen. The color that he's using behind it, like this mint green, and then accompanying it with like that deeper forest green. It makes everything come off it. It feels three-dimensional, incorporating the eye, like the sponsors up here, incorporating the names of the people that presented it. And then even like again, it's unfortunate you can't see the typography, but it works really, really well together. Nothing
Facts.
about this is superfluous. Every piece of it is intentional and done to look good and sharp. It's really, really
Dude,
sharp.
yes,
when
yes.
when I heard that he was designing this and then that he started like using my logo in other designs, I was like, that's pretty cool. So it's my number four.
Yo, no, that is a really clean one, and that was actually going to be on my list, but I had to debate between this and another one because he is Don Love as a designer is on my list. It's just not this one. So,
Mhm.
okay, this is a good pick. This is a good pick. I co-sign on this. Um, okay, so I've got my third pick here.
Let's go.
Um, okay, I believe this one, the designer of this is someone that designs a lot right now for events. Um, I believe it's June Lee. I might be incorrect. If I'm incorrect, I'm sorry, but I think this is him. Um, it's very similar to the reason that you liked the Smoked in Ohio. It's like a bit chaotic. It's a bit like not
Yeah.
uniform. But at the same time, like the information that I need to know as an attendee is very clear. This is where it's at. This is how much it costs. This is when it is. This is when doors open. Sorry, his name is Junie. This guy from Dangerous Minds. I know he's a designer, and I believe he did this graphic right here. So if it is, all credits to him. If it's not, I'm sorry. I'm still a fan. Uh, anyway, yeah, all of the info that's important to know, very clear. All the stuff that like has a little bit more creative freedom
Yeah.
range, very well done. I almost want to give him extra credit because I think this was done by hand. I think he probably
Mhm.
went into Procreate or something like that and did the Jam logo by hand. Like if not, I don't know what font you would find to make it look like this, but I can always appreciate when people do things by hand. So,
Yeah, and it's got like a nice texture to it. Also like itchy and scratchy.
yes,
Gotta
yes, the
gotta
Simpsons
respect
itching.
that.
Yep, exactly. That's also why I liked it because it's like the flyer is a bit chaotic, and then the fact that they're like kind of having this kerfuffle, super fire. And then the placement of the QR code. I usually hate QR codes on flyers because people don't know how to incorporate it tastefully. This was tastefully done. I didn't even see it immediately when looking at it, but then when I look at it a bit closer, I'm like, oh, there's a QR code. I imagine if I
Mhm.
scan it, that's probably, hopefully, it takes us to Break Connect. That'd be fire. You know what? Let's test it. It might bump up my list if I scan it and it takes, oh no, takes us to a competitor site.
Competitor site? Who's a
A
competitor?
competitor site. Scan it, find out. But at least it's on Break Connect. At least it's formatted
Oh, it
square.
goes to Eventbrite.
It's a competitor site.
Well, it's going to be a competitor site when we start selling tickets. Right now, it's like that makes sense. It makes sense they used the competitor like Eventbrite back in like 2024, especially when nobody even knew that we were coming out with tickets. So,
All right,
hey,
fair.
Camporazzo, you're all right with me.
All right, all right, perfect. Okay, shout out to Junie. I think he did this. Good flyer. Also, this shade of blue, I love this shade of blue.
Yeah,
I
nice
love
color
it.
combo.
Great color combo.
All right,
Boom.
my numero tres
Your numero tres.
is also Capture the Breaker, but a different flyer of Capture the
Oh,
Breaker.
dude.
Um,
Oh my God. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, no, I thought this was like I love the composition. It's all super legible and all like a great composition. You've got like the Japanese, um, not letters, the symbols on top of Capture the Breaker. It's repeated, it's like here, repeated under here. Again, really incorporating the sponsors without making it obvious or without kind of like, and it creates the shape, like the fact that this is curved. Boom. Like this is so great. Like he created the space for the Pokemon. Weagle, is that what it is? This one's Weagle, right?
That's Caterpie.
That's what I said. I said Caterpie.
Oh, dude.
Like having the sit a little bit behind the head, the Pokeball right there, the original Pokemon style gem, like everything has all the text you want to read it and you want to and it's like it's great. Your eye moves across the flyer. It's well done. Again, like I love the composition. Um, again, I'm a little sad that you can't see below this part, but the chunk of it that I can't see that is on Break Connect is Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. And you know what? That was also because I didn't know if we should do two flyers from the same like event series. I specifically withheld it. But when I saw that
Mm,
you did Royal Collective both one year and another, I almost wanted to include Capture the Breaker, the most recent one, the one you just showed, because I
yeah,
liked both flyers. I just picked the one that I liked a little bit better, but I would have put both on my list, to be honest with you.
no, that's fair. That's fair. So there technically there's some overlap.
Yeah, no, dude, very good. Very good job
Yeah.
to whoever does those flyers. I'm a big fan. Okay, so I'm pretty sure
Number two. Wait, is this your
number
number two or
two.
is this your number
Yeah,
three?
this is my number two. I'm pretty sure this is Don Love. I'm 99% certain this is Don Love. If not, I'm not a true fan. Into the Deep USA qualifier.
I believe this is Down Love.
I believe this is Don Love. Based on
Yeah.
like everything that I see here, first of all, let's just go ahead and say great use of negative space. Like
Mhm.
sometimes people make busy flyers and they want to like overlay and all this shit. Sometimes it's better to just have one solid color, you know? And the fact that it's almost like a vignette effect on this photo of this person breaking, and it's just like focuses your attention down there. Oh, but how do you counterbalance that? With the sick ass logo top left, boom, perfect balance. And again, I'm all for clean information that I need to know. 2v2 Breaking Battles Sunday, the location, the DJs, and again, it's just this type of blue, this aqua color palette that he went with, and a chrome effect, if that's what that even is, like
Yeah.
all
The
the
Into the Deep, like
elements.
the way he did that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like very well done, very clean. A lot of people might be like, "Oh, it's very simple," but at the end of the day, that's what works. Simple, but still creative enough to capture my eye. I would honestly like if this were a poster, I would print this because it's like really cool. It showcases breaking, great design, and Don Love just has a great eye for composition. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Great eye for composition. Shout out to Don Love. Yeah, dude. He did all the Pro Breaking Tour events for like I think it was 2024 or 2023. Those were all really cool too, but like this is personally the one that I've stuck with the most as my Don Love work on this list.
Okay.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Great
Don
pick.
Love.
Shout out to Down Love. Okay, so I was kind of like tossing up my one and two back and forth. I
Okay.
was like six, seven. Um,
Okay.
so number two, uh, Enter the Graveyard.
Dude, yes. And you know who did that? Junie did.
Good job, Junie.
Yeah, dude, he's a great designer and he has a
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, I thought this was great, and like the more I look at it, the more I appreciate it. You have like this Sith type thing over here, like it's incorporated into the text. Elephant Graveyard present, Enter the Grave. Like the title obviously like stands out. That's what you want to see.
Hmm.
But all the other elements are really, really well put together. This chain link type situation, the elephant, like their brand logo, this texture that's happening down here. Bones, it's elephant bones. Yeah, man. Like everything has a place. Love the colors. It's a very specific style. I think
Hmm.
of them when I see this. It makes
Yes.
sense to put on a t-shirt. Like this is them, this is their jam, this is their brand.
Yes. Dude, yes, 100%. The reason why I didn't pick this is because like I knew he designed that, and I'm pretty sure he designed the John Barrazzo. So I was like, yo, I don't want my whole list to be just him. So I would have also put this on my list if I had a longer list.
Fair.
Um, Dude, great pick. Great pick. Okay. So this one for me, like I don't
Number one.
number one. So I have to add a little bit of context here because part of me is like, I appreciate where we are now in this current era of, flyers, and I like how different they all look. But growing up, I used to collect, physical flyers, and people would hand them out as advertisements.
Yeah.
I would take them. I have a box somewhere in my closet full of old flyers. And I just really resonate with this specific style of flyer because this is what I was collecting when I grew up. Big Girl City Worldwide with the Spend One characters.
Oh,
Um,
that's great. Oh, yes. So good.
so dude, like
Wow, number
I
one.
am dude, I love Spend One. I love Spend One. I love his characters. I love how you know it's a Spend One flyer, and it's not because of the way the flyer is composed, it's because of the art that you see on the flyer.
Yeah.
Um, and this is just a great example, in my opinion, of an effective flyer that is doing a lot creatively, but at the same time, like it's keeping things very clean. As you can see, that's my number one. Like, keep it clean, but also like show me some art. Great art. The color palette is just like when was this event? March? Okay, this is a very springtime color palette that we're looking at here. And I just, again, I love the showcase of the elements, and the fact that they're all, women. Shout out to that. Dude, great flyer. This is, speaking of posters, like this is a poster to me. I would totally fucking
Yeah.
take this, put it on my wall.
100%. 100%. Great pick. I was actually looking at different flyers, and there was a lot of spend one flyers that I was thinking of using, like Freestyle Session, Temple
Temple
Rock.
Rock, Temple Rock. Yep, that was another one
Temple
of
Rock
mine.
has some really, really like some of his good stuff. So I'm really happy that you ended up doing that. Okay. So this one might be a little controversial, but I
Okay.
actually just this I like the simplicity of this one, and I think that
This is your
it's
number one.
this is my number one.
Okay.
Yeah, Film Cipher.
Dude, I just closed that tab before we started recording today because I was debating. I was like, what is my final list going to be? This was on my preliminary list.
Yeah, it's just so like I think that he did the typography was really, really well done. Intentional negative space, so this
Hmm.
like the face can come through, and that's it. DJs, boom, MCs, boom, like all the information is just like written out, and then all ciphers, no brackets, cipher, selection, exhibition, dun dun dun, just like listening all those things, and it's just doing it with this like nice all caps, chunky text. Um, yeah, I like the font, I like the image. It's simple, it's to the point, just like the jam, you know?
Yeah, yeah, dude, very well done. I would also, if I wish people still printed physicals, I would
Yo,
also
he
love to
did.
collect some. He
He
did? He
printed
has a
three
physical.
different versions of this, and I got all three. I was hype.
Dude, I'm gonna hit him up to see if he still has some because I would
Yeah,
love to. Actually,
Kenichi.
wait,
Yeah,
no,
I don't take Kenichi for getting me those flyers, man.
I
Like, I was
have
hyped
one.
to have those.
I have one. He was at 4th of July and he gave me one. I have it. I have it in my 4th of July pile of stuff. So I just remembered. I don't think it's this one though.
Yeah,
I don't.
there's three different ones.
Okay, so I got a
This
version
one
of
was
it, but
my
it's
pick.
not this
Yeah.
one. Dude, solid list, man.
Solid. Yeah, we did a good job.
We did a great job. All of these were great picks, and I like to, like I said before, I like seeing the diversity of design in the hip hop space. But you know, the classics, the spin ones, like, oh, it just does something for me. I've got a lot of like physical spin one flyers. Back when he did um Outbreak, I have those, the
Oh
physicals of
wow.
Outbreak. Yeah, so just kind of scratches that itch for me. But shout out to everybody that's posting their flyers on Break Connect. It makes it such a beautiful mural of artwork when you look at the past events. Shout out to Junie, Don Love, Spen One, whoever designed any of these
Well,
flyers that we saw. Yeah,
yeah.
Prevail. Yeah, another Luis
Yeah,
that
for real.
designs. Love it.
I mean, yeah, like this was one of my visions when I was doing Break Connect when I was kind of concepting it is like I want to be able to like have like a wall of artwork that you can, scroll through essentially. Um, but yeah, man, I gotta eat dinner.
Great. Yeah,
It's late.
no, this is a great episode. Y'all stay tuned. We've got, by the time you hear this, the Squid Rock episode will be out and you'll be able to check it out. We've had a great conversation with him and we have a great guest that does end with a one coming up later this month. So stay tuned for that announcement and
So I need
stay
to hit them
tuned
up.
for, yes, yes, important.
All right, all right.
All
I'll do
right,
that.
Felix, have a great dinner.
Thank you, thank you. Peace,
All right,
peace.
everybody. Peace, peace.